Shalom, shalom, blessings here. Michael Street Corner Ministry Church, Gilbert, Arizona. This is an end times prophecy teaching. I'm going to ask that the Aleph Tav Yud Vav of Hashemayim of the heavens and the Aleph Tav Yud Vav of Aharet, the Aleph Tav earth, in B'Shem Yeshua HaMashiach, in the Aleph Tav Damshe, in the blood of the Messiah, Yeshua, in the Aleph Tav Damshe, his blood, that he open your hearts and your eyes and your ears to the gift and your mind to the gift of this understanding that I come across. That this morning I was watching the people go by, and it's very few people in my last 14 years and 10 months of biblical understanding are very spiritual. They're not really interested in the truth. Very few are interested in the truth, and I've been teaching it for a long time. It's amazing when you find out the things that are hidden in the biblical text in the Hebrew language, and nobody's really caring about it. So I Googled how many people right now in the world, and then I Googled how many people actually believe in a God of the world, and both of these things are very interesting. And then I Googled how many, basically believers there are in the world, and it got me to a website called World Meters, and this just totally uh, enlightened me in truth that how do they study these things and how do they know these things. And it's amazing that the numbers that are on this World Meters info.com, and the things that are studied there is amazing. It's like, if you don't believe that the frequencies of the powers of the air are real, then the biblical text is evidently, you're like the rest of the world. Oh, it's just the Bible. But anyway, what I'm telling you is real, and the kings and rulers know everything that you're doing. But in this world meter thing, I got to a very interesting thing, and I'm going to show you here in this end times prophecy that, one of my teachings is that. The sun, the moon, and stars for sign seasons and appointed times. And in that, I hope you can see this, that the year 2045, which in Hebrew means truth, you'll see that there's a 666, they call it 666 urban population increase. So right there is the 666%. Now I scroll this over and you can see, now I gotta get it back into focus here. Sorry, I don't know how to bring in stuff into the video yet, but within all that, I hope it focuses. Where am I at? 2045 there. You can barely see it. I don't know why this is not working. But anyway, my point being is, in this world meters, there's in 2045 the word 666. So the 666 is the number of the beast, it's the number of man, and it's a population explosion upon a 6.66 increase in 2045. Now remember, one of my teachings, I can't remember what it is, but I give you the Stellarium program of it actually starts with the 14 generations from Abraham to, in Matthew 1, 14 generations from Abraham to David, 14 generations from David to the Babylonian takeover, 14 generations from the Babylonian exile to Messiah Yeshua being nailed to the cross. So you take 14 times 3, you get 42. You divide 42 into 4,000 years when he was nailed to the cross, and you get 95 point something something. So if you take, then again, Yeshua saying this generation shall not pass before they see the coming of the Son of Man. The sages say that that generation did pass, and so therefore they were talking about Israel being born again in 1948. So 1948 plus 95, you get 2043. Now, in 2038, if you do your Stellarium program of events in the clock forward, you'll see the in Virgo, the constellation Virgo, there is all kinds of planets. Now the 12 stars, the moon, the sun at our feet and the moon at our head has already happened. Or maybe it's the moon at our feet and the sun's going in and out of the womb of Virgo at the time that that prophecy came true. Anyway, it's happened a few times in the past also. But if you do the Stellarium program, advancing the clock, you have a bunch of stars, a bunch of planets, that is, coming into the crown of Virgo, the head of Virgo, in 2038. Now, by 2040, you have a multitude of planets there. And so magnetically, the structure is going to be affecting the Earth no matter what. That's a fact. So it's significant, I think, that in 2040 these things will happen. In 2043, it's 9 and 5. If you do that 45, everything with 9 resembles truth. The word emet, 441. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So they say anything that deals with 9 is truth. And so basically, that's pretty significant. That's 2043 in a 95-year point-something plan of this generation being in 95 years. Significantly, that increase in 2040, then you got 2043, this generation will not pass before they see the coming of the Son of Man. And then the world meters info that I just pulled up shows you in 2045 the 666, the number of the beast. And so population increase. I think this is significant. Now, do I care? Do I believe that it's true or not? It makes no difference to me because I'm redeemed from the ways of the world. Yeshua is my Messiah. I've been baptized in living water multiple times. We do it every year around Yom Kippur, the month of Elul, in the Hebrew mindset. And so I dipped 7 times, and I'm redeemed from the ways of the world. I'm not building bricks for Pharaoh. I'm not serving the money. I'm serving Hashem the best I can, and it's a blessing. But all the rest, I got all the world around me. Don't really care, you know what I mean? So, including the church, which is a huge manifestation of idolatry and spiritual idolatry and fleshly idolatry and whatever we're doing, it's a kingdom of free for all, non-existent. It cannot be a kingdom of free for all if it's within you. If he's within you, by the way, you are a Jew. John 6:56 says, if you eat of my blood, or if you eat of my flesh and drink of my blood, he is in you and you are in him. So I don't know how much more you can understand that you are a Jew, Yehudim, Israelite, upon that. You know, it's like, oh no, well, I don't want to be, you know. Well, you don't read the word. You need to read the word, and get the word in you, let the word become your flesh, and you will understand these things. The significance of end time prophecy. It's 2045, the 666, I believe the beast is going to be revealed. We have to have a temple first. That's one good thing. First has to come the temple. Once the temple comes, it's going to be beyond the imagination that now's the time to start building treasure in heaven, because that's the sign of an end time. It has to be built for the anti-Mashiach to defile it. So that should be your number one prayer. But from this moment on until 1945 or 1943 or, you know, or 2020, I'm saying 1945. From 1948, this moment on, 2038, 2040, 2043, 2045, these are significant dates. You better start building your treasure in heaven if you want to be in that life forever and in the eternal kingdom, and not separated from him, not outside. He's going to have to reign with us 1,000 years first, so you have plenty of time to think about it. But I believe once he's come, there's not a lot of building in treasure. You're either going to be at the wedding feast of the Lamb, or you're going to be at the reception, and things are going to be as it is. And then maybe, it's his realm. Another teaching on that later. But my point being is that right now, this generation is amazing. I think we're going to see the coming of the Son of Man out of the clouds and to reign with us 1,000 years. One more thing on top of this, you have the biblical calendar right now is at the Hebrew calendar is at 5,780. So according to that, we have exactly 222 years left of the 6,000-year plan of man's reign upon earth that you can see in the first sentence of the Bible, the 6 aleph, and that's the way it's always been, and that's the way it always will be. So if they lost a couple hundred years, which I've been told some of the sages believe this, and it's possible, a couple hundred years in the Babylonian takeover, the changing of the calendar and all the stress that was going on, then we're only 20 years away. Well, that's pretty significant that the sun, the moon, and the stars are going to be all gathered in Virgo, at the head of Virgo, in 2040. So that's 20 years away. So exciting, yeah, huh? But let's just say, Michael, let's look at this. So it starts something at 2040, I believe, and by 2045, right now with the 666% population increase, that to me in this worldmeterinfo.com thing is just most amazing, and you'll be surprised what that little web page will tell you what's going on and how intelligent these airwave principalities of the battle of the heavenlies is. What's going on in the world. They know everything. You wouldn't believe. You'll scroll down to the page and you'll see things way beyond your imagination, where the money's going and all that. It's like amazing. I can't tell you. It just flips me out, people. They really do know what's going on. They've been watching your everything. I'll do the George Thorogood thing. The head nurse spoke up and said, "Leave this alone." Why did they say leave this alone? I believe they've been chipping people before the beginning of time, or in the beginning of time, and Yeshua, the disciples, they knew in Ephesians, the principality, the power of the air. David said, "I hear those that are speaking about me around me." Hashem's Herod, or you got the Egyptian Pharaoh and Moses, kill all the firstborn, because they knew that there was a king going to be born, a man who is going to deliver Israel out of slavery. And this brick building system, they want you building the bricks because you're doing a very good job, people. You're actually eating the poison and drinking the water and loving it. You just can't control the belly god. Oh, it don't matter. He said we'll eat poison, will not hurt us. I don't think he meant 3 meals a day, 365 days a year. But anyway, according to Roman Greco-Greek calendar we live by. But blessings upon you. In this end time prophecy again, do that world meterinfo.com. It's way beyond your imagination. I believe that 2045, 2038, 2038, 2040, 2045, 2038, 2040, 2043, the generation shall not pass before the seed coming of the Son of Man. And then 2045, basically 666, the anti-Mashiach being revealed. Does it make any sense? Do I care? I'm just giving you a little taste of truth. Just do the figures. That's the blessing. So within all that, my Facebook page I'll post some pictures. It's Michael Ridgway. You'll see me. I'll post the pictures on both the Kingdom of Elohim and Michael Ridgway of the World Meter, and also the World Meter sites there, but the World Meter pictures that I screenshotted will be there for you if you want to join, and tell people to start doing good, start living righteously, start keeping the feasts and the festivals, and get on the Hebrew calendar as Israel's been doing since the day of creation. So it's like, hey, if you believe the Bible, these things are significant. Blessings upon you. May Yudavave Aleph Tav Yudavave bless you, and may Yulivave Aleph Tav Dam Shea B'Shem Yeshua Mashiach fill your heart with His everlasting joy, and may the blessings come upon you all way beyond your manifestation that our King is real. He's coming. Time to build treasure in heaven. Baruch atah. Yulivave Lahinu HaMelech HaOlam B'Shem Yeshua Mashiach. Amen, amen. Shalom, shalom.